Hi, Michael. Obviously, a tough one to swallow, tough one to drop. Just your overall thoughts on how the game went.
Yeah, I mean it's a game of moments, but it's also a game that I think in general we had a pretty good performance. They had some chances, we had some chances. Obviously it's tough when the result goes against you, but I think we've made a positive step in the last two games. I know it seems hard to say when you've lost them, but I think we made some positive steps, and we can bring that into Wednesday.
And what was the decision behind starting Isaac instead of Yohei tonight? And what could you say about his mistake that led to the second goal?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of trust in Isaac. Isaac is a big piece of our team, and we wanted to get him the opportunity to play in case we need him in the playoffs. We know that Yohei's ready, and we know that Yohei is our number one goalkeeper. But everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day. Players on the pitch make mistakes all the time. So, you know, it's no different for Isaac, and it's just different when you're a goalkeeper because it ends up being in the back of the net. But everyone makes mistakes.
And it's been a tough month or so for you guys, but how do you remain positive and how do you move forward to put all that behind you and get ready for the wild card round on Wednesday, whenever it'll happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tough month, but it's been like I said, the last two performances we've shown some positive signs, and we've got our full squad back now, so we'll be ready for Wednesday. We're motivated, we're ready to go, and we'll be going obviously to win.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Joshua. We'll go to Felipe next.
Hey, Michael. Commiserations on the loss there and the result. But what can you sort of talk about the team? You said that the team has made some strides in the last couple of games. What are some of the things that you've seen in the last couple of games that give you some optimism going into the game against Portland?
Yeah, I think our attacking output has been on the up. Even last game with missing a lot of players, we created a lot of opportunities, and I think we were very unlucky against LAFC not to get more goals in the back of the net. Today we created chances, we created opportunities. Maybe not as many as we would have needed to win the game, but at the end of the day, I think in the offensive front, we've looked a little bit more dynamic, a bit more aggressive on our press. So. Those are all the things that we need to put together a full performance for 90 minutes to be able to beat anybody in the playoffs, and we've seen signs of it. So if we can put it together, I think we can go and get a result.
And obviously, we heard the news about the playing game being played basically at Portland, regardless. Does that change the way that the team will sort of prepare for that match, knowing that even though they did finish eighth, they're going to still go to Oregon to face Portland, or is it sort of business as usual?
It's business as usual. We knew that going in before the game. We found out just like everybody else a few days ago, and so it doesn't change for us. We're comfortable on the road. We've had a good season this year on the road, and we'll go in prepared. It's never an easy place to play in Portland, but we'll go in with the fight and ready to try and win.
And then last one for me, Ryan Gauld obviously came on and had an instant impact there. How nice is it just to be able to have that kind of player of quality just being available off the bench and hopefully be fit enough to start against Portland next week?
Yeah, I mean he's our captain. He's clearly one of our best players, if not our best player, and he brings a big impact every time he steps on the pitch, whether it's from the start or whether it's coming on in the second half. And so it's good to see him back in full fitness and raring to go, and he brings a boost to everybody else. That's the big thing that I would try and highlight is not only does he bring a big impact himself as a player, he also raises everybody else's level because everybody knows what he can do.
Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you, Felipe. We'll go to Nathan next.
Hi, Michael. I wanted to ask you about the starting lineup that was put out for this match. Obviously, Isaac's getting his first opportunity in MLS for this season. None of the designated players starting, and a lot of the players that were on international duty were kind of either on the bench or not starting. How much did that international break play into this starting 11?
Yeah, it was obviously a very big piece. We had Pedro fly in basically yesterday, all the way from South America. So, that was a long trip for him. Andres was coming in the day before. Everybody was coming in. I don't know the exact times, but they were coming in, late on Wednesday night, and and recovering from long flights, different time zones. So it definitely puts an impact on those guys. And so, the fact that all of them didn't start today, at least they should be fresh for selection on Wednesday.
I also wanted to ask you about the penalty that you guys were awarded in the second half. From the time that the initial infraction happened to when the penalty was actually taken was about 8 minutes. There was a lengthy process to actually award it. Did you have an opportunity to see what VAR was seeing? What were your thoughts about the call?
To be honest, no, I didn't really watch it. We have a different tactical feed on the bench, not the actual one that has the replay on it. So, but from what I could see on there, it looked like there was contact. I never really understand why it takes as long as it does sometimes, but I guess there's reasons for that. And so, at the end of the day, the referee kept his decision, and yeah, it's a long time to wait. But at the end of the day, I haven't looked at it, so I don't know if it's the right call, but it seems like it must have been.
Last one for me. You basically finished a war of attrition this lengthy season that you guys have to play in MLS. You don't get any time to rest because you have this play-in match. You've got to basically change tactics. It's a knockout round. How do you do that very, very quickly?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get the guys in tomorrow for recovery, and then we'll have 2 full days to work. We know Portland very well, and so we'll go in with a game plan. We'll make sure that we have, plan A, plan B if things go well, if things don't go well, and we'll do all the work that we need to do to make sure that we're ready for Wednesday. And if we need to change things, we change things. But I think we need to look at a lot of the positives and things that we've shown in the last couple games, and maybe just tweak some of the things that have gone wrong.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Nathan. We will finish with Har.
Hi, Mike. It's Har. I'm just wondering about Ryan Gold. Can he play a full 90? We know he was listed questionable with the knee. He missed the Portland game last month. How is his fitness? Because he's so vital when he comes on. But can he go the full 90 at this stage of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I'll have to check in with him and the medical staff. But, I went to him at halftime and said, how are you feeling? What can you do? And he said, I feel totally fine. In terms of fitness, the amount of minutes, I can't give you an exact answer, but, I would expect for him to start on Wednesday unless something goes wrong. And, hopefully he can push close to 90 minutes, if not 90 minutes. He's a fit guy. He's been playing all season, apart from the fact that he's had a couple little injuries. So, he's a fit guy, and he pushes himself when he needs to. So, we'll see. But, yeah, I don't expect him to be too limited, at least.
And what's the key for the team to play a full 90, to put in 2 halves that are solid, to go into Portland to get the result? Obviously, the team split the series, but how do you go in knowing you're the home team, but they're not going to be cheering for you in Oregon?
Yeah, it's obviously a strange scenario playing a home game away, especially against the team that is in that city. So, but we need to put that out of our mind. We need to just focus on what's on the pitch and between the 4 lines and go from there. We'll be ready. Putting together a 90 minutes is never easy, but we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that we minimize mistakes and maximize our potential and look to try and get the win and push on to go into the next round and play LA.
Thank you, Har. I believe that's all the questions we have for Michael. Thank you very much, Michael.